This is PR Sundar. Welcome to Pre-Market Report sponsored by Delta Dot Exchange. Yesterday night, there were a lot of dramas. The US market did not even start, even just before starting. Suddenly, there was a 1% fall. And then everybody was looking, why this fall? Nobody knows. And then later we understood that, there was some bomb blast in Iran. At the same time, US was doing some kind of a drill over Kuwait, and people thought, so US might have attacked from Kuwait. But later, Iran clarified that there was no such thing. It was the Iran was testing their own air defense system. So which means that they are sending their own drones, own missiles, and then check whether their air defense system is working properly or not. So once this news came, so the market recovered. Then market started trading, and halfway through, suddenly there was another news that Iran's parliament speaker has resigned. Then suddenly there was another dip. So this time the dip was even more than the earlier dip. And that is the time even the GIFT Nifty reacted very violently. The GIFT Nifty actually broke 24,000. And I think 23,982. I think that is a low. And as I told you, the 24,000 is a very good support. So if that is broken, things are going to be very, very bad. But however, the last few days, the Nifty future has the tendency to trade 15 to 20 point discount to the spot. So if you take that into account, so we can say the spot probably would have been around 24,000. So when the low was hit. So then what happened? The later some people have given an argument. If you look at the finance minister and the speaker, the finance minister, is a more reasonable person, and he is a part of the US negotiation. And although the speaker is a part of the US negotiation, he's a very, very tough guy. So 99.999%, he reflects what IRGC says. So therefore, his resigning actually is good for the negotiation. And because the guy who is negotiating tough against the US is resigning, but the people who are having a slightly soft view, they are not resigning. So once this interpretation came, and once again, US market shot up and wiped out most of the losses. And I think it has ended in green also. So then the GIFT Nifty also recovered from the lows. And then today morning, the Asian markets are slightly positive. Japan was positive, South Korea was positive. I think both markets have hit a fresh all-time high today. And then because of that, the GIFT Nifty, right now the GIFT Nifty is trading around 24,235, which is about 40-50 points higher than where it closed yesterday. So that is one thing. Second thing, Infosys. So this entire IT pack, what they call it as software as services. So these stocks have been doing very, very badly. I think yesterday Accenture has fallen about 7.5% in US. And Infosys results came yesterday after the market hours. And most of the analysts say they've beaten the estimate, and 28% increase in the profit that they beat the street estimate. But despite that, in US ADR, Infosys was down by 4%. At some point of time, it was even down 5%, but closing around 3.75, something like that, around 4%. Remember, the day before yesterday, Infosys was down 4%. Yesterday, it was down 2%. And today, if the stock factors in the US ADR, if it falls another 4%, it will be a 10% fall in 3 days. HCL Technology, 10% fall in 1 day. TCS, anyway, no need to talk. Infosys now falling 10% in three trading sessions. And all these are happening, when those stocks have already beaten out of shape. And TCS from 4,500 now 2,500. So all these stocks have fallen anywhere from 30% to 50%. And at this low level, once again falling 5%, 10% in 2 days and 3 days. Right? So, given the fact that Infosys is likely to fall 3 to 4%, you know, but still the GIFT Nifty indicating 40-50 point higher opening. So that means, other stocks will have to rise to compensate the loss of Infosys. And, US market sitting fresh all-time high, South Korean market sitting fresh all-time high, Japan market hitting all-time high, but then we are nearly 10% lower than all-time high. And although you can blame FIA for selling, but now FIA selling has actually subsided, but still we are not recovering. Right? So we have our internal problem. Number one, in India, the major sector is banks. So ever since the SEBI rejig about ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank, those two stocks have been falling very much. And yesterday I read a report that the total FIA selling in financial stocks, 75% of that selling has come only from these two stocks. You can see the kind of selling pressure HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank, which are the top two banks in India. Then how the market can go higher. Then second major sector is automobile. Of course, with the Iran war, crude oil shooting up, you know, uh, like now there's a strong rumor going on that the government of India will increase the petrol and diesel prices. Now they are not doing because of the state elections. And especially at any cost, they want to win the West Bengal election. So West Bengal election, only one phase was over yesterday, and then the next phase is on 29th April. So there is a speculation that, as soon as the polling is over on 29th in West Bengal, the central government may increase the petrol and diesel prices. If they do it, it's going to be very bad. That will stroke the inflation. So automobile sectors will be the one feeling the heat. And then the third sector is IT. IT, we have seen, the software services. I don't know whether what they call it as artificial intelligence taking over and this and that. IT stocks, they are like beaten out of shape. And then the FMCG sector, FMCG sector, Hindustan Unilever, it has recovered 15-20% from the yearly low, but still it has given only zero return in last 5 years. So although the FMCG sector seems to have bottomed out, but still for the long term, they are in bearish mode only. So, we have four sectors: banks, auto, FMCG, IT, they're all doing so badly. But surprisingly, yesterday in the falling market, the pharma sector has done very well. So this is the internal structure of our market. So we just cannot blame FA selling all the time, although that's a very, very important one. And as I told you, there are a hell lot of problems. The government's tax policies, the STT has been increased by 150%. You an active traders, they look at their charges, it's astonishing, right? So traders trade to make the government richer, right? Not to make themselves richer. So that is a story. So that's a long-term outlook. So let us forget about it. Coming back to the short term. So today, Monday and Tuesday. So we have 3 trading sessions left for the April series. And as I told you, 24,500 short straddle people have taken. To fight it out, although they are not in loss, but still, many people, what they have done, they have squared up the 24,500 call option. They have sold 24,200 call option yesterday. Uh, like so, 24,200 call option has been added aggressively, but I do not know whether they are right because you know the two stories I told you about Iran. Same thing, it can happen in the opposite direction. So over the weekend, there may be some good news regarding the negotiation, this and that, and Monday market can gap up open also. That's a possibility. So in this kind of scenario, so you have to be at least 2% away from the spot price. You remember, some negotiation news came, the GIF Nifty shot up nearly 400, 450 points, I think. Right? So 400 to 500 point, a gap up or gap down is quite possible. So you have to keep your positions accordingly. So that is my personal view. Otherwise, I still feel that 24,000 is going to be a strong support. 24,800 is going to be a strong resistance. I think the reasons I have explained already. The 24,000 cross, that is when the Nifty became technically long. So therefore, that's a good support. 24,800 is a 62.8 Fibonacci retracement. So therefore, it should find a strong resistance there. So if that is crossed, then maybe the 25,000 is a round figure. So today, some interesting thing. Number one, uh, whether this stock, that is Infosys, is it going to follow the US ADR or it's going to outperform? That's number one. Number two, what's going to happen to India weeks? So Monday it was higher, Tuesday was lower, again Wednesday was higher, and Thursday again was higher, and today is Friday. So I'm hoping India weeks to fall, but we have to wait and see. And then comes the HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, and airlines. As usual, these three stocks we will keep watching. And moreover, today evening, Reliance Industries will be coming out with the results. So that will be, like some IV will collapse after that. So, but its impact will be seen only on Monday because the results will be coming only after the market hours. So that is the total internal picture right now. Just day before yesterday, the 23,800 put option as well as 24,900 call option, both were trading around 50 rupees. But yesterday, despite market falling so much, the premium of 23,800 did not shoot up much, but 24,900 call crashed like anything. So, in fact, many people have done that. So, the reason is very simple. I said 24,000 to 24,800 is the range. So, they want to have another 200 point buffer on the downside. But upside, you don't need 200 point buffer because when the market goes higher, IV will collapse. And because of that, the premiums will collapse. So in a high VIX environment, you should worry more on the downside rather than on the upside. So that is one logic. Second logic, day before yesterday, the market was down. So, the sentiment was bearish. So those who have done 24,900 call and 23,800 put, the calls crashed, but puts, did not increase much. And today, the 23,800 put will also be coming into profit if I'm not wrong. So that is the picture. So whenever I say this is the range, if you are a daredevil, you can go and sell 24,000 put and 24,800 call. You would have still made good profit. But you can keep another 100, 200 point buffer, and that's how you can trade. So of course, disclaimer. So this is not a recommendation. So this is my view. My view can go wrong. My view has gone wrong many times. It's not one time, two time. But still, we are in this field, so we have to take a view or to take the trade. So sometimes we have to take up the loss. So that's how things go here. So let us see what's going to happen today. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.